Holy
Super hype stuff, guys.
That's crazy.
That was awesome.
Overproduction value. We actually already have a draft underway. What's important is let's get into that right now. The players, they didn't care about cinematic adventures or anything like that. They wanted to get down to the gridiron and get to action here. Awesome stuff. Of course, quick shout-outs to Andrew, Peter, and Dan. They're on the content team here. You can see exactly what these guys are capable of doing and when they want to have a lot of fun. So the Summit 6, gentlemen, underway. Let's begin. EHOME opening right up. They get a Drow Ranger and a Keeper of the Light, virtus.pro, Shadow Demon Lena. So
Lena.
that's
Lena?
the patch. That's Luna.
I wish it was Lena.
I wish it was Lena.
Well,
It's
this is,
Luna.
you know, staple Boston major Europe qualifiers
Yeah.
picks right here.
Yeah.
Shadow Demon Luna first 2. So pretty standard from VP. EHOME, on the other hand, switching it up a bit, but nothing from what they're not used to doing.
It feels pretty safe.
Yep.
First pro, it's like, game 1, I just want to try.
I'm surprised VP banned out Warlock and not EHOME. After EHOME lost to Complexity in the one game they picked Warlock, EHOME was first banning it every time then.
But it was a, Drow first pick, right?
Yeah,
So,
I believe.
yeah, I think so, right? Because they have third pick. So.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, they're going back for Centaur already.
Baby.
Yeah, some of the VPs still do, even post nerf.
Yep, very good
they still
to
like it.
get in the face of Drow Ranger, of course, with Stampede. Just, I mean, pretty strong hero with Shadow Demon, easy setups, and also return later on becomes pretty silly. But
Now
we probably won't see that coming out of an offlane Centaur, which we assume that this will be.
Yeah, well, you just answered my question. So
Sorry.
I was just going to say, like, do we get to see them utilize the old classic pub styles, Shadow Demon, Centaur, even the laning phase, or, yeah, they primarily just run it Lone Ranger style in the off lane?
Yeah, I mean, with the, Illusion's not really getting return anymore, I think it's just more suited like that. Except for, I mean, it depends on how you really want to play it.
Enchantress.
Like, NP does still like the short lane one from what we've
Spear
seen.
Breaker back. Looks nice. I think EHOME and Wings have been picking an insane amount at the last land, so just
Yeah,
keep going.
I was going to
They
say the
picked a
same thing, too.
lot.
They picked a lot of Spirit Breaker.
EHOME and Wings only.
But how do you feel about it into this, into Shadow Demon Luna and Centaur and stuff like already? It seems like a little,
10 seconds
I mean, not like bad or
It's
anything,
an-
but
it-
it's strange to see it like picked up so early. At
Yeah, it
least.
could be offlane or support still, so I think they're fine with that. Like, if they just bait out Shadow Demon Disruptions with it, I think it's still fine.
Okay,
It closes the distance on Luna, too, like,
Yeah.
really easily.
definitely.
Enchantress. I assume just super greedy jungle. No offlane, no Ix Mike Enchantress.
Spear Breaker's not as fun until you can put an Iron Shell on him and run around and beat ass with, though.
There you
That's
go.
Yeah,
cool.
it's a nice duo that people tend to go toward, having with dual melee with the Iron Shell. But I think with VP, they're gonna. I mean, I would assume that they're gonna do what Pasha on the Centaur, and Lil's gonna do what we used to see Navi do a lot, where he just goes to the offlane with the
It'll
creeps
be a
and gives
little
them.
challenge
super
for
annoying,
sure.
Yeah, he just helps out the Centaur as much as possible early on, and then makes the rotations around.
I wonder what they're going to pick for. Well, for no one in the mid lane, you have still got the Invoker in the play. And this is something that he obviously is incredibly good on.
Yeah,
It's going to be interesting if EHOME decide to ban that out from them.
We've seen EHOME doesn't mind giving up Invoker.
Yeah.
We saw it to... They gave it up to pretty much anyone they wanted. NP, Complexity, they'll let you have Invoker because it's so gankable.
I mean,
now.
Invoker, or obviously the other big one for
Yeah.
no one is Dragon Knight, which is still there. So
Well,
they ban
there
the
you go. They
Invoker. So VP, I mean, they might take it. DK could be good here. You've got the push with the Luna.
It's a standard
it's
VP.
Yeah.
kind of hard to gank, you know what I mean? It gets a couple of points to the passive, and even a Spirit Breaker charging in isn't going to be able to kill him straight away before TP backup comes through.
Medusa.
It's that insurance policy, Medusa. In case, the Drow momentum isn't working out, we got Medusa now to fall back on.
Draw Medusa, though, together.
Very, very nice.
They have
And you got a
very-
Kotl, fueling
to top
her,
her up,
little
yeah.
extra shield power.
Also, I've seen teams abuse more of the mid game with Medusa's ult. Instead of just playing it passively, they'll play it super aggressively, which I think works out here. If
With
you're
like
just
the
pushing with Drow.
like phase Dragonlance, and then you just
Yeah.
kind of battle.
Yeah,
Right?
and then you just
I like
run
that
at him,
too.
and if they try to initiate on you, say the Centaur does get a blink, if you pop your ult before he gets the stun off, like, you're fine.
Are EHOME battlers, Grant, you
They
think?
are.
They're
They
battlers?
battle a lot in Northern Arena, so I doubt they're going to switch their style up after 3 days.
You did a nice job at Northern Arena, by the way, Grant. You
Oh,
looked really
yeah.
good. How
You
did
looked very dapper
That was
up
your
there.
first, LAN in an arena kind of
Did you
experience
like it,
working
though?
as a caster, right?
Yeah.
You like it?
Nah.
Okay.
No, I don't mind.
Yeah,
it.
we
It
won't
was
see
fun. I'm more of a casual guy. I wear jorts.
Jorts?
They take it.
Dragon
do it
Knight,
anyway.
wow.
It's-
I mean,
it's
literally,
their-
no one is just playing Invoker and Dragon Knight. They're
Pretty
the two
much.
heroes that they play when they want to win. And, I mean, overall, obviously with the last Medusa, I'm looking at VP, the fact that they've got Pasha, the Sentinel, isn't he pretty good against Medusa? Anytime she tries to fight with a Stone Gauge, you're like, all right, guys, we're not fighting. You just
You
avoid.
just kind of retreat as
Yeah.
well.
I mean, how easy can EHOME force VP to kind of fight into the Stone Gaze? Because that seems to be the VP have got a lot of ways to disengage.
Yeah, I mean, VP's got a lot of ways to disengage, and they've got their very Standler lineup where they get lots of heavy towers, and then they can kind of sit back and relax as they
Yeah.
can play on a gold advantage. I'm personally liking VP's lineup here. Just because it's so, I mean, it's just so like cookie cutter VP.
I mean, I do, you know, on the side of I do like the fact that they have got the Spirit Breaker Darks here, which says they are going to be ready to fight. They are going to want to. Iron Shells, obviously getting that a couple of hits. It's a pretty good way of dealing with Lil moving around the lanes, you know what I mean? If you just get in the face of him chasing down.
I think the Enchantress picks big. He can play aggressively, not let Keeper stack the jungle, just keep harassing him as well.
And buys 2 smokes right away already too on the Enchantress too, so he's gonna be very aggressive early on.
There we go.
Prepare
And away we go, gentlemen.
Away we
Game
go.
1 of the Summit 6. Get freaking hype right now, and if you're not hype, get freaking hype.
Dude, I'm actually like, after that video, that shit was sick, honestly. It was really well made.
I got chills.
Oh, look at that Centaur set. That's nice.
Look at all those branches on Ramses. My goodness.
All right, guys, the level one smoke with Shadow Demon.
Oh, they
This is
always
the
do this,
standard.
VP.
Ooh.
They
Standard.
love it. They
If
absolutely
this
love
fails,
it.
they're
They're waiting
broken.
uphill.
The game eyes will be
It's
over.
all.
And
Better
we already
check
have
the stream.
The first pause of the Summit 6.
Go.
I think without the Darkseer here, they can't fight. I think EHOME
This
will pop
is-
the smoke and just run away.
Yeah, EHOME are going to want to avoid this for sure.
They don't have too much catch. I mean, they only have the Shadow Demon right now. I mean, if the DK gets stunned, of course.
They could get the slow on the Enchantress.
Oh my god, they're going to go up the
Let's see,
hill.
they break
Look
it
at
away.
that.
They're just gonna run.
He's gonna get him. He's got Garter.
Oh,
God.
Get back.
the
They put the
ward.
ward.
Medusa's
Oh,
like,
he-
sorry, you're done. See you later.
Goodbye, Pasha.
Yep, that was
And
nice.
easy first blood.
And now they know they have the ward uphill, though, so they'll get a
Ooh.
counter ward.
It
but-
looked like no one was actually trying to go get the last hit with the Dragon Breath there.
Yep. Pasha will be sub for Boston
Pasha took
Major.
it. Yep.
And, yep. Dendy's in. Offlane. Let's go.
30 seconds to battle.
I think the Dragon Knight does need it. I mean, he doesn't need it because it's Dragon Knight matchup, you know. He's versus a Medusa, which makes it a bit harder because he gets hit by the snake.
I've got the snake. It's got to be so annoying for
Yeah,
the weekend.
but it's, you know, you still kind of just like farm.
I think he's
Yeah.
going to be bottle crawling a lot with Darkseer, Spirit Breaker. They're going to have a lot of rune control if Enchantress can't secure it early.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's standard DK.
I feel like EHOME should know that ward was placed too right away because
Yeah, they do.
he
Uphill.
disrupted
Yeah,
uphill.
they pinged
So
it. They pinged
yeah,
it a bunch.
they're probably gonna deward that pretty soon.
The battle begins.
Easy
Runes
money
for
in store
each.
for them, but runes will be split for the mid laners apiece here.
Oh, the logos come up after the bounty rooms get picked up too. As soon as the game starts, both logos appear. Just like VP, EHOME. It's pretty.
What's your skill build on a Spirit Breaker? Do you get an early point in the aura?
You're talking to me, right?
Anyone.
I have the worst.
Three of you.
I have the worst RNG with that hero. Every time I pick it, I just feed.
Go stats. Never
I
mind.
mean, I think you can, but I think it's more optimal just to go like 202.
I think it's scary. There's kill potential on both sides middle. Like, if you get
Yep.
a max snake, like off 3 targets, hits him for like insane amounts of damage, and then say
The charge.
Spirit Breaker charges in with Iron Shield still on, but on the other side, Enchantress with 2 creeps. It looks like it's going to be pretty standard.
Yeah, they're not even starting the Spirit Breaker bottom. They're just making sure Pasha gets zoned out.
Jesus,
Level
that
1.
Centaur looks like a Diablo boss or something.
That's
man.
Crazy, isn't it? That's headpiece.
Which set is that?
I don't know.
The weapon even
I
looks
think it's
ridiculous.
the new one, right? Isn't there a golden version of that too? Or is that it?
That might be it, right?
Out of
Look
control.
look at the weapon. It's completely infused. All right, whatever. Yep, DK already getting some decent pressure, but he's doing fun. So yes.
Hey, he's doing alright in the lane, isn't he?
Yep. Stout shield mid heroes.
Problem is he is out of mana now.
And here comes Lil.
And
Hey,
there's
this
the
is
rotation.
scary.
The first
the ward.
Enchantress gank.
Yep.
The most critical.
Yep, but they have the
Spot.
ward in lane, so.
Yep. But just kind of, you know, he's making sure Pasha gets experience here. But it looked like Pasha was going to get that wave anyway. But yeah, just guaranteeing it, you know, being annoying.
Nice. I mean, I guess it's really nice to have the Enchantress against a Drow strat because you want to put pressure on the Drow at the start. If Drow starts to get a good lead, suddenly Old Chicken with the aura is going to be doing so much damage on the Medusa. Which is, you know, something that Medusa kind of lacks with a lot of the builds. You don't build straight up damage at the start, so having the Drow makes the Medusa much more legit. Of a
What are you
pick.
going to do, old man?
And just being able to be like annoying like this, you know, you're keeping the supports up here, you're keeping eyes on the Spirit Breaker all the time. Darkseer is definitely dead here.
Radiant's bottom tower
Nice.
is under attack.
Maybe got a little bit too over aggressive. Caught out by the SD Luna.
That's huge to be able to not commit your Enchantress down bottom and still get a solo kill on him.
Yeah, this is kind of like Solo's been doing this as well. He skips the Shadow Poison lately. He's been doing just Disruption and Soul Catcher for the most part.
Shadow Poison level 1's actually one of the worst
I was gonna
skills
say,
in the
with
game
the
now.
nerfs.
But he just like
Yeah.
straight
garbage.
skips it. He literally just maxes the other two.
Here we
like
go.
that.
Alright, charging onto Lil. Old Lanham helping out Garda, looking for the kill. Look at the Illuminate hit.
Oh,
Good
the bash.
bash and that.
Got
Will
him.
secure them the kill. RNG on Garda's side.
That was a lantern right in the face.
Yeah.
That looked painful.
He even accidentally canceled his first attack. It might have helped the RNG there.
Oh, or behind. Oh, is he gonna go for it? He's gonna get it.
He's got a
That's a
DD.
double damage.
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh,
dun,
the
dun.
bottle. Oh.
He sees
Don't
it.
hit
no!
my courier! That's my courier!
Smack.
No!
Did he
my
get the bottle?
courier.
Oh, he didn't get the
Yeah,
bottle.
no,
Did
the
he get
bottle's
either?
out.
He's
The bottle's out of play for
Oh.
a couple of minutes.
Oh, man.
That's painful.
Yeah.
But at least
Crippling.
I think the Kotl will probably just chill around him a bit. But they need to bring him regen as well.
Oh my god, the stun even looks like something out of Diablo. That's nuts. All right.
Don't believe we're allowed to talk about that game here, Dakota.
All right.
Dire's middle tower is
That
under
well, the
attack.
DK has a huge lead now, so
Yeah, this is. You got to make. No one's doing great in the mid lane. I mean, it's obviously even, but the fact that he's a DK, the Mystic Snake isn't causing him any issues at all. He's laning perfectly. Bottom lane, so they make it a bit. He got the disruption to go post surge, catching him in place, just trying to get Ramses around. He's got a couple of points to Lucid Beam, and they might not kill him, but at the least they'll do a lot of damage to old 11 here, forcing him right out. He'll pop the salve. It's going to be cancelled. He's trying to juke around the vision there on the edge of the pit. And he's just playing around with it, and we'll get away. But
Got his
Solo
Soul Ring.
doing so much
he's
on the
doing
Shadow
great.
Demon.
Yeah, he got his Soul Ring, got his level 4 Andorix here at least, even though he died. He's doing okay. But Solo's doing a great job of zoning him out of there.
And getting the space for Ramses. I mean, Ramses 18 for 5 over on the Drought. It's close. I mean, at the moment, between the mid laners now, you're starting to see no one break ahead. Obviously, a lot of that down to the fact that the bottle did get sniped.
And he's
but
able to just bottle crow this
yeah.
whole time in the meantime. So
keep
he's
that edge.
got that free last hits.
why
for
did
sure.
Drow get an early point in silence this game?
I guess he doesn't want to get killed. Like, it just doesn't want to get pressured by a smoke Enchantress gank. I mean, just being safe. Does reduce your kill opportunity in the lane a little bit,
Yeah.
but saves you maybe more often than not.
AP looking
Dire's bottom
very,
tower
very
is
sharp
under
here. It's the
attack.
team that probably had some of the most games post-TI.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't seen him outside of the European regions.
That-
People
that
like,
is
how
the
good
thing.
are they
That
compared
is the
to
thing,
Ad
yeah.
Fin? I'm like, okay, they beat him a few times, but how are they compared to like EHOME or something? We've
Oh,
seen
this
it.
is so annoying. He's actually just mana burning the Medusa as well. Lil being cheeky. That's got a long cooldown.
Yeah, it does.
Right? It's like 20-second or 16-second cooldown.
It's
or something.
super cheap,
18,
isn't it?
yeah.
You just continue to spam it. Got about 12 goes out of that creep with it.
Courier respawns. Lana brings his homie the bottle.
Hey, how's it going? Thank you.
Yeah. That mana shield looks so ridiculous too. These cosmetics.
Oh,
Oh, hello.
goodbye.
BB just all up in their grill right now.
It's like
Are
it's
they gonna go for a smoke play here? They both have smokes on them. Sentry first. Yeah, good play.
Fog, calling smoke. Nothing new here.
I've got a obviously for 3 heroes mid. That's a bit of a hard
they
game. They want to go for the offlane.
They want
Yeah.
the tier 1 tower after the kill. And,
And
they're
the
gonna find
old
it.
11,
he
he's
just
run
used
right
it.
into this one.
That was a surge.
With the
too.
clap from the
Holy
Hellbear
shit.
Smasher, this man, he is going to be a dead man. Ramses picks up the kill as well. Very nice for the Luna.
Perfect timing too. Now they have some, damage they can get on the tower as well. Little double opportunity
Dire's
game for them
bottom
there.
tower is under attack.
Just perfect rotations from him already.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, looking back at the mid lane CS, it's really starting to break away for no one. Like 34 for 12 against the 22 for 3. We're going to see a nice level increase.
That
in
play was
comparison.
super nice too because they smoked through a ward right when it was placed too. So it's like, And I think
Ward
they
enough.
even blocked the ancients too. So they're already prepped for the later stages on. It's very nice.
Double damage.
Yeah, and look at VP gets both runes again. They're just controlling him, not letting the Medusa get anything.
Man, look at this level 6 Centaur at 6 minutes. That's like with 30 CS. He's
Against the
owning.
tri lane, they committed 3 heroes top to try to stop him. They couldn't.
Yeah, they moved after like
After
the
that,
courier
yeah.
died and stuff, but still, yeah.
Uh-oh! Oh, God!
The
See you
ward.
later. Land him.
That
They know
ward.
they have another ward too.
Yep.
Yeah, they pinged it out.
They've got a
Bring that
charge
one.
and a
This is so
TP
good.
coming in. In fact, 2 TPs bringing both the Drow and the Darkseer down in, but they've got the Stampede getting Ramses away, and Garda knows that he can't follow through, even with the 2 TPs coming through from his teammates.
A kill and forced rotations. to
Lots
the
of
bottom
force.
lane.
Yeah, now top lane's
Whoa.
completely open too. There's nobody even farming up there. So that was very nice play there from VP. Winning all 3 lanes.
It's like some of the
doing
best
right
early
moves.
game I've ever seen.
Yeah, dude, they're
Period. You know, this is like ridiculous.
Their wards have been perfect. That first one for the first blood. That one, they see it again, but it gets them a kill on almost a tower.
Oh, and they actually didn't catch it.
Yeah, they thought it was on the hill. Wow.
Mid lane, they're going to make a go onto the Deucer.
No
Good
mana.
shot from Lil. This should be a kill. There's a charge coming in from Garda, but it's not going to come in time. They lose. Oh, chicken on the Medusa. And Garda's going to get forced back as well. I mean, 5 for 1. VP, as you said, it just seems to be the cleaner game. A bottom lane, Ramses. I mean, at the moment, he's 3-0-2. 7 minutes in on the safe lane Luna. It is looking pretty rough for EHOME, and the only kill they got, essentially, it was kind of down to RNG and that bash. So EHOME with a very rocky start at the moment.
Whole 11 taken down 3 times on this bottom lane. I don't know.
I think
do you continue to go back? Do you jungle at this point? Like,
I think EHOME, they're not fine with this, but they're okay. I mean, they obviously drafted the Kotl for the high ground defense. You have Medusa too. Like they're gonna kind of play
they can stall it.
like Wings did against NP in the finals.
I mean, I was talking with Jack a bit right before this series started, and he's even said that they're feeling a little bit shaky on the way that they play in the early game just because of transitioning into two supports. Because, you know, Lanem is usually the 4, now he's playing the 5. It's quite a big difference. So maybe this is starting to show a little bit of their like, maybe their nerves and just adjusting to this.
Run through him.
Stampede.
Slow.
Yeah, well, Lanem slowed down, stunned up.
That is so much damage from Double Edge. It's insane early game. And
He's
only level 2.
1750 gold already.
Was it going to be a pre-10-minute blink dagger for this offlane with Pasha?
That's a new Centaur skill build though.
What is he, 2-2-1 or
3-2-1?
3-2-1?
3-2-1.
Yeah, I've seen people like not really prioritize the stun too much, but I guess since he's an offlaner, he's gonna have such an early blink. Like, why not, right?
He really is. He's gonna have a 10-minute blink
on a Centaur.
Crazy,
like usually it's like maybe a Slardar or something later on, but a Centaur. Damn.
And Medusa's super broke.
Yeah. I mean, you have a Medusa with less net worth than Lil on the Roman Enchantress. That's not good news. And that is, it's a lane as well where you did have the Drow Aura to help give you a bit of edge against the DK, but it's just not worked out.
That courier snipe on.
Yeah, I really do think VP is
really
winning because of their warding. The first blood, the middle courier snipe, and then that bottom kill.
Yep.
Just their warding's been perfect.
See here, Old 11 trying to recover a bit. Iron Shells will provide a bit of free gold here, but certainly off the mark on getting a mechanism anytime soon.
Yeah, VP's just like chilling out for a moment. Then now they have all their cooldowns up again. They're gonna have Stampede ready as well. DK ult, Luna ult, everything's ready to go.
They have a Dragon Lance, Aquila treads on the Luna.
Yeah. They can probably group up, and they probably don't even need to do like 5-man group up. They can probably do 2 segments of group ups, just like take both towers, bottom and mid. That ward should probably get countered, but the sentry
will wear off, if they don't go there soon enough. No, they'll find it.
Garter.
Oh,
he
doesn't see it.
Bottom.
Stampede though.
With the ult from Ramses, he's looking to turn Old 11 down. Garter, he's not going to get away with this kill. Solo holds him back with the disruption of the Soul Catcher. No one comes in with a rotation Dragon Form. Stun onto Sylar. Sylar starts to back up. With the help of the Blinding Light and the Stone Gaze, they will get themselves out of there. But again, EHOME committing a lot to try and find a kill, but they just end up losing again the Darkseer and not finding anything.
And now they're grouped up for a tower too. They're like, oh, that's perfect for us.
It's like a perfect move for VP, even though like EHOME was the one who initiated it. And now I think Pasha has his Blink Dagger too on the Centaur.
Yeah, he does.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, he just picked it up.
Oh my.
10-minute blink.
10-minute blink, everything. They used Eclipse, they used DK form, but now they're still pressuring the tower. But it should be kind of
Kotl
with the Kotl Blast.
Blinding line.
Pasha in position.
Yeah, he's ready to go.
He might go on guard. I'm surprised he's not. Oh, he's the only one there now.
Yeah, it's Kotl Blast. You force lots of reaction. No need to really force stuff. This is the discipline that we kind of talked about VP, you know. They take like a lead a bit, and then they're just like, okay, this is enough for us. But walking right into the Centaurs.
Oh,
okay.
Oh my.
1-2.
He's got his eyes on the
juice.
juicer. Solo might pay off his life. He's already used disruption. He's got the one charges. He's actually going to get himself out with Pasha coming in with a blink. They just turn. And again, EHOME trying to find something, but VP just a step ahead and outplaying them in every kind of sense at this stage of the game. 11 minutes in. It's proving very hard for EHOME to find something to happen. I think, as you said, EHOME definitely relying on... They've got decent high ground defense when it comes to it.
7,500 gold lead already though for VP. It's very commanding. I mean, playing a Spirit Breaker versus this lineup as well is super difficult. Like, especially if you're behind. How do you really look at the targets you're charging into? You're assuming VP is going to be kind of clustered. It's going to be very hard for you to get any type of solo pickup. There's no heroes that are like mobility heroes on the side of EHOME to help the Spirit Breaker. What, your Medusa and your Drow are going to gank with your Spirit Breaker? It's not really a natural movement for them.
Yeah, and the fact VP got away with like a greedy Enchantress jungle and they just had a dual lane bottom and still killed the Darkseer.
Yeah.
They just had a perfect early game.
For EHOME though, I'm looking at Sylar. No, they're yet to lose him, so he's kind of the saving grace at the moment. He's keeping himself relevant. He's obviously still not near Ramses, who's sailing ahead in net worth. But as long as Sylar can continue to farm, there's always going to be that fight where EHOME are on the defensive. VP try and push in.
Finding Lightstone Gaze.
Yeah,
the
the fight's over. But the thing is, actually EHOME being able to turn it and then take towers is going to be another question with the lead that VP have. And just, you know, VP grouped up as 5, pushing up the top lane. They're almost certainly going to get the tier 2. There's no way EHOME want to contest this at this stage. They've just got to try and find trades, find something in return across the map.
Lonem, they got a ward on him already. They see him up there. Oh, he's going to die.
Oh, God, no.
Goodbye, Lonem.
Drops a spear.
He will be missed.
Too late. Crushed shot.
Hey.
God.
And now they
have a glyph.
again, the ward
Yeah.
though by VP, perfect placement. And they even have a haste rune up on the DK now, so if they do want to try to make a situation happen after this, they still can.
When they use the glyph on the tier 2, they might go high ground.
They certainly
Yeah,
could.
they probably will with what? I think it's
The
max,
dragon form.
max SD illusions too, so he can put the Luna under. Okay, level 3, but still pretty close. I like this too. He builds the urn on the Shadow Demon too, because they don't really have any natural sustain on their lineup, so the urn at least like kind of makes up for that with the Enchantress heal.
This is going to be so hard to defend. I mean, Ramses, he's got the ultimate available as well if they come in.
It's gonna
EHOME.
disengage, like
They can just
after.
ticket this, and then now they force everybody back. Now VP's gonna get out, and this is just kind of something that they've been doing a lot.
Yeah.
It's probably just the most disciplined move that they can do. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, old VP would have just been like, yeah, let's try and finish the game, but this is
Let's
the
run
new
at 'em.
VP. They know that they don't have to at this stage. They play it safe. They just leave kind of no option for failure.
They have a
against
super
this.
hard scaling like lineup in general, like even because no one's going the armlet build, which we've been seeing come out more often now in the DK too, so he scales into later stages too. They have the Shadow Demon, the Luna, the Centaur with super amounts of farm. Like they're not in a rush here at this game, not yet, at all. Mech's still not even finished up for Old 11. He's still quite a ways away, 400 gold or so.
It's starting to look like EHOME are just hoping for VP to just stub their toe or flub up somehow, because they're playing a ridiculously uniform kind of a game.
Yeah, look.
Without being overzealous, without pushing in. Their item builds aren't like, oh, let's get some super mega greedy build-ups. Like, they're not risking anything.
Nope. Now they're like all kind of just grouped up around bottom, so it's natural for them to make the move toward bottom tower, and then probably a Roche afterwards. It's just, yeah, it's hard for EHOME to really fight into the advantage that VP has right now. It's probably, what, like 10,000, 11,000 gold lead, give or take.
Big bottom tower.
Yeah, no, just a natural push for them here. Even though the Kotl's set up, it's just probably not going to be enough with the Shadow Demon illusion spam.
Yeah, and with the blink on Non as well, these kind of pushes get even easier with both No One and Pasha being able to jump past the back lines and disable multiple heroes.
Kotl's going to have to put in overtime right now, and he is not built up for
No,
these kind of
he's-
level 4
He's
Aghanim
not been
blasts
stacking,
yet,
he's
yeah.
not been farming. He's
Even
very,
look
very
at
poor.
this. Even the Wild Wing putting in work, pushing out the lanes. Good job, Lil. That tornado.
Centaur just needs to go for a pipe, right? And that's when they can do their final uphill push, really. Do what he goes for next, maybe not.
Probably. It's definitely a good pickup. Did he use? Okay, so he Arcane Ruined and then Dragon Form, so he's gonna have a very quick Dragon Form up again.
What's
Big
the greedy
tier two
option if he opts to not go with the pipe? And let's say he does feel like, we got this game. It's 10-1. We're looking pretty good. I'm going to get a... I think he should get on a Centaur.
I think he can get. I mean, there's not really any bad items, right? Like Force Staff's good, Crimson Guard's good. Probably gonna be the Force Staff that he's looking at here.
Fair enough.
All these are pretty decent item build-ups. So they're just gonna go for this last tier 2, and then they can just kind of confine EHOME in the base, and if they want, they can naturally go for a Roche whenever they want to. But it's not. They're not feeling rushed at all. They're just kind of, you know, 5-manning, doing VP stuff with the natural Dragon Knight.
I mean, all I'm seeing here is just virtus.pro are looking very damn good. They came to play. They had one of the best early games I've seen from almost any team, and they're just reaping in the benefits at this point. EHOME, of course, scrapping the breadcrumbs they can across the map in hopes that late game Medusa or Drow Ranger, who just recently picked up a Hurricane Pike, can pull this one back for him. But
That's the problem with their jungle under control by VP. They're literally farming 4-man bottom, 1-man middle at their base, and they have to ditch middle once the creep wave even pushes out.
Yeah, they have to just sit on Sylar. They can't let him like pretty much be alone. He'll just get picked off too easily. And VP will
He's on
definitely
the
take
map.
advantage of that. But yeah, like Grant said though, the warding out of VP is just superb this game. He looked throughout all stages from the beginning all the way till now.
They definitely did their homework.
They definitely did.
They're just gonna push in top. That tower has what, like 300 HP left on it. It's be an easy kill.
Max Disruption. I think they have Manta now on Ramses as well, so he's got that extra potential. Once this tower goes down as well, it's a disaster for the defending the racks.
Yeah, you're going to need to
the tower's down, by the way.
slow this
Yeah,
down.
that's dead.
That thing goes down
Oh, and they even
fast.
have even an Alpha Wolf Aura, so now some more illusions coming in.
Super greedy smoke.
The jump in, Dragon Sail onto the Deucer. Oh, already low on mana. Old Chicken having to get himself out of there. Ramses trying to lay down the damage on the racks.
Bit of a something happened there. It looked like. Yeah, I think they lagged a bit.
Yeah, looking a little rough for EHOME. Well, I say a little, very rough at the moment for EHOME. 17 minutes in, 10-1,
Oh
a 14,000 net worth lead. Oh my goodness! And if they get the Rex as well, that's going to be close to 1,000 gold a minute advantage for VP.
Like one of the best games I've seen, even in Northern Arena. Like Wings FDL didn't even look that good for Wings. Like, this is by far the best game I've seen a team play in a while.
They got like, this is literally like the most VP lineup I think I could have seen. You know?
Yeah,
like
they're very happy with this job.
The Lil hero is usually the one that's just like irreplaceable with pretty much anything because he just likes to play these weird fours, but well, not weird.
Doom, Pudge.
Yeah,
he plays it all. Weaver.
Only with the Drow lineup.
Oh, there goes the Rax.
Rax dead. And they have everybody forced back from EHOME. EHOME's just looking at them kill their buildings. They're not gaining anything out of this at all.
Good morning, EHOME. Welcome to the Summit 6 First Pro. Got up nice and early, had a breakfast, did their homework, and EHOME are going to have to probably, shake this one off.
And he just keeps re-enchanting the Alpha Wolf as well. So they have the Alpha Wolf aura as well during all this. So some boosted damage on top of the Lunar Blast.
And there's the jump. They're ready to try and find kills as well. Already out of mana. ODPixel gonna have to back up. Ramses pops the ult, making it hard for EHOME to fight into. Want to fall. They are keeping them off those melee racks for the time being, though. EHOME doing their best to hold them back. But VP can just come back in. Yeah, and they can't stop this time. No one comes in with a stun on Total 11. He does get the surge out to back away. Garda trying to force a fight here, but Pasha's there with the response. Jumps in, hits the stomp. Garda, one more impetus and he's out. EHOME's lost the hero. Pasha very low. Will get earned up by the team, but they've lost the racks, EHOME. They've lost the Spirit Breaker. And again, VP just continuing to maintain the lead this game. And Ramses just sailing ahead. I mean, this Luna, with the backup that he's got as well, Ramses is kind of borderline unkillable at this stage.
Yeah, another high ground ward placed from VP there during that little siege. So they got pretty much all the information they needed to be aggressive in that push.
Wait, is that Ramses? Nah, I was going to say that courier just went to the secret shop and then
goes for the... I mean, he probably could go for the...
Yeah, let's go the Axe Luna.
We've seen it, yeah.
Getting
stats, a Scotty probably pick up. Pretty good. Lil Solo's going to be going for that Solar Crest.
Poor little Drow, man. That whole fight, everyone, she had to utilize her Force Staff just to save anyone who got jumped. Helped a bit, but not good enough.
Well, Cole's got his Tranquils.
He's back.
EHOME kind of has to go for like maybe smoke Drow into Roche. Just go for a Roche.
I think they need to do something desperate at this point. Yeah, but I don't even know if they can get away with that. Like if no one's showing. I mean, no one's showing right now, but
I mean they can't take Roche themselves that fight that fast. It's going to take them time.
They don't have the damage. They just have the Drow and the Medusa damage. That's about it.
Whereas VP, on the other hand, they can take it and feel pretty safe as well as long as Pasha gets the chance to stampede. Doesn't get caught out in a gust. They've got a DD as well, so VP can storm in and take this Roshan, and it's going to be very hard for EHOME do have the ult lead. They've got the Stone Gauge, they've got the wall. But at the moment, there's 3 up on the top lane. They are not in a position to contest. They are going to start to TP back. And it looks like if they've got a smoke ready, they may be ready to go. There's a ward, so they've got to be careful where they go for it. Yeah. Old Lanham does have a smoke. And VP being a little cautious. I think they're aware that EHOME may head over just out of the edge of the vision as well from that observer wall coming down the line in between the trees.
Pasha's going to be positioned to break this smoke for sure. So one of them had to be.
I mean, if EHOME can make this work,
smoke broken.
This is going to be huge. But Pasha indeed on the front lines. Roshan's already down. Ramses picks up the Aegis. Old Chicken still kind of moving forward. He's got to be careful. Not going to be the fight that they want to take.
Like we're going, guys. We're going,
Look at his patience, though. Look, VP didn't even go try. They could have probably ran at them and maybe taken the fight there, but there's no reason. Like, the objective is just to take buildings, and they just go to the bottom and push it out.
Old VP's dead.
This is great to watch, though. They're just, like, doing exactly what they need to do to win this game. They're not trying to do anything unnecessary, just pure objective Dota.
And now no one's got a BKB as well for this push.
Another smoke?
Another smoke.
I mean, this is pure desperation.
They need to find something with these ultimates. If they can get behind them and get like a good vacuum into the Stone Gates, maybe. But at the same time, VP, they're fairly tanky. I mean, I say pretty damn tanky, and they're going to go on the tankiest. No one blinks away. Charge forward on Garda, but Pasha's there with the stun, holds back the Medusa. They just turn around with the ult. Garda's going to get a nice 4-man vacuum wall, but they keep them alive for the time being. Old Levin still alive. Now the damage from Old Chicken, they're actually nearly finding Ramses. Ramses is falling low. They'll pop the Aegis. EHOME there with the back wall. May have just settled the fight they needed, but Pasha comes back in. They're able to chop down the Drow. But still, Old Chicken's cleaning up. He searched forward. He finds another. And EHOME with absolutely the fight that they needed to just hold themselves in this game.
They just tripled their kills.
What was that? That was a five-man
It was a
back wall, right?
back
Yeah,
wall.
it
It
was
was.
five-man.
It got them all.
Medusa was like in a great spot for it too, to stand there stone gazing them all around for that debacle where it's
And
like they had to run that way.
And her split shot killed the chicken and had 3,000 worth of gold.
Oh, it actually did get the chicken. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, nice.
That is nice.
There's only room for one chicken in this game.
The old one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's everything that they could have asked for and more. It was a nice smoke break by no one and blink out after the stun, but still they all kind of clumped up and got hit by that vacuum combo and yeah, hit by the illuminate plus like blinding light. They weren't really able to do damage and yeah, the illusions just ended up doing too much damage with the auras and everything that they had. So great play by EHOME for sure.
I think they just wait for that chicken to come back for the Luna to get her Scotty, and then they'll probably go again, though.
Yeah, Scotty BKB. They've got the hood now finished on Centaur. They're still ready to go. They just, yeah, they have to just watch out for those type of smoke plays. Not to clump up at least when they do get grabbed on.
Spirit Breaker got like a four-man stun on his charge.
Yeah. It was definitely well executed by EHOME, but they need that, you know, quite a few more times in order to really be back in healthy stages of this game.
Dumail would not like this Medusa build. Just the straight Manta.
He doesn't like the Manta, does he?
Not like the Manta.
He doesn't like the treads much either, right?
Yeah,
I think
he doesn't.
sometimes, but I think he usually does the phase dragon
Yeah.
lines, at least for him. You mentioned, you know, the aggressive potential of it too, so. Just makes you so immobile when you have these like treads and stuff, it feels like, but it's
She is
to each
immobile.
player. Yeah.
I guess she's not trying to be mobile. She's like, I'm sitting in
Old
base.
Chicken
Someone go
probably
on
moved
me.
like 2 feet that last fight. Got what he needed done.
I'm sure, I mean, I don't know if it's the item builds that are really the problem in this game for sure. It's definitely just VP's playing incredibly well, and yeah, their warding game is just on point.
How are we looking on the Drow as well? So, because he did pick up the Maelstrom, didn't he? I guess he is going to go for... Do you imagine we are going to see the Ags come in next just to help deal against this Siege of Illusions? Because
They wanna
Ags
fight,
Maelstrom is a great way to kind of keep the game going for EHOME and making it a lot harder for VP to break another set of ranks.
They have
Yeah.
to win this fight. I think, yeah, if they lose, they just lose the game right here.
Yeah.
And VP's not going to commit to a fight, so...
Just throwing illusions. I mean, they lost their Aegis basically for nothing, so they definitely have to be more careful now.
Smoke. Solo smoke.
Old 11 got... Smoke got broken. They were trying to go for another wraparound play, but yeah, no one is definitely wise about that this time. But the creep's top.
Dire's middle tower.
Killing effigies. Yeah, they're just, I mean, you said it, Grant. They're waiting for the courier. You know, they're waiting for the Scotty for the Luna. They're waiting for the BKB to come out for the Dragon Knight. Patience. Just keep EHOME trapped in their base. Suffocate them.
Really vicious when you
Oh,
look
yeah,
at it
actually-
that way. They're just like forcing him in this
Yeah.
confined pen, giving him illusions to just savagely
two
beat him down.
BKBs.
Much,
Okay,
much
yeah,
safer, yeah.
whatever.
Instead of going for the Scotty, he just goes for the BKB so he can't get hit by those like stun and combos and anything. Because he couldn't do DPS in that fight, you know. He
Yeah.
got the Eclipse off, but he couldn't get any auto attacks off because of the control.
I think Old Chicken has to be careful. He can't just pop Stone Gaze at the first time a Centaur jumps in. Or they just disengage, go back in without Stone Gaze. They have nothing to stop them.
They
Yeah.
need that Stone Gaze to be
Essentially
perfect.
yeah.
Or if he'll save it for like the wall play, like he did in the last
He has to. The EHOME needs to go in. That was the problem. EHOME initiated last fight. This fight, like if they just sit back and wait for VP to initiate, they have the Centaur ulti.
All right, go
Gonna
time.
jump in, looking for Old Chicken. Good blinding light to slow down the siege.
He's not using it yet. They're trying to bait out Stone Gaze. Without Stone Gaze, they just lose.
Mana starting to fall fairly low now with the dual BKBs and the ultimate from Ramses coming in. They're looking towards Old Chicken. They're trying to get him out, but they can't. Pasha jumps in, hits the stun. Garda falling low as well as Old 11. They lose 3. There'll be a buyback from the Medusa. They're going to look to try and turn this one, EHOME. They need to find something big in response. Pasha falling low. That magic barrier up at the moment. No one comes back in. If they lose Old Chicken again, it's almost certainly going to be over for EHOME. It's now going to pop the Stone
man.
Gaze, but it isn't the perfect one. VP still hanging around on the sidelines. They'll be ready to come back in. Now that the ult's down, indeed, no one just comes in, finishes off the rats. They'll be held back for a bit by the Mana Leap. But the damage, I mean, they're just tickling him at this stage. They just can't do it. They'll drop the Vac Wall onto 2. But VP just back away, and they know that EHOME now committing the ults, committing the Medusa buyback. VP can just kind of go in again and not have to worry about it. And Pasha certainly does go in again, hitting the 2-man stun on the backlines. Old 11's down. Old Chicken out of mana, out of life as well. 2 down again on EHOME. GG is called. 26 minutes in, 18 for 3. That game,
All VP.
what a wake-up call for EHOME really here to start off the tournament. VP just absolutely shredding them to pieces.
What happened at the end there when they were, I guess like they were going to kill Old Chicken, they knew the buyback was coming out, but do you think it was just They should have attempted like maybe the jump in at that point before the buyback when they were all clumped like chasing the Medusa right there. They waited for the buyback instead, and of course VP is just going to back off at that point.
I think the biggest thing was Medusa didn't have mana when they were all clumping up on her, so they knew she wasn't going to have Stone Gaze anyway, so if they tried to do anything else, they were just out-farmed at that point. It was super rough, that fight.
Yeah, the only way EHOME can win that fight is like a super surprise 5-man vacuum,
Like they
4-man
did the
charge
first
like the first one. But it's, I mean, that's too much to ask for coming from those two players, and it's too much VP had. Like they just owned.
VP got everything
Actually,
wanted.
they
You were
just
saying like they got all the comfort picks that you would imagine here, and it's obvious VP did their kind of homework. So for EHOME side, would you say that they didn't do their homework, or they didn't give the respect to VP, or what? Just a serious wake-up call?
I think they wanted to see if they could play their game versus VP game. Now they're going to have to play more around VP. Like, we can't give them their 5 best heroes.
I mean, the Spirit Breaker Kotl couldn't really do too much just because of the way VP played around it. You know, they put a little bit of pressure on the early like lane phase top, and then they saw the Spirit Breaker and the Kotl. It's really hard to move at those heroes, especially like with the lanes that they had set up. It almost feels like the Spirit Breaker may have been more like better just to be positioned in that bottom lane and pressure the SD Luna a bit. But yeah, it just ended. It was just like really nice rotations by VP. They kind of just seemed to have a good read on the game, and the rewarding game was on point. So
I think when you go against VP, I really feel you've got to take away Solo's Shadow Demon. It really is the hero. I believe pretty much, looking at this, it's every game that they can take it, they will take it. And then if they obviously get Ramses on the Luna as well, one of his most played heroes at the moment, the hero that he's winning games on. I think that combo on its own, you let VP have that, you're already in very dangerous territory. And also, just looking towards the mid lane as well, no one, he pretty much is Invoker and, of course, the Dragon Knight that he always plays. I feel like you've got to maybe take away both.
That's 3 different players you have to cut
I mean, that's the thing. You know, who do you ban out on VP? It's
well,
so
that's
hard.
when you know you got a good team and a good meta working for you, when you're like, well, you're going to have to count for all 3 of our cores right now. Otherwise, you're going to be in for a world of hurt. So, with that said, guys, we're going to cut to a small break. When we return, we'll get into Game 2 of virtus.pro versus EHOME. This is the Summit 6.